as a small business owner, how are you going to stay ahead of the trends when it's just you or you've got a small team? Welcome to the digital space in 2020. So today I thought I would discuss 7 of the top digital marketing trends for 2020 with another 5 thrown in just for good measure. Hi, 𝓦𝓮𝓵's here, Digital Success Catalyst and owner of Marketing Leap. And as I said, we're going to discuss 7 of the top digital marketing trends for 2020. Some of them have been around for a while. They're not going anywhere. They're just growing. And one of those is actually video marketing. It's ironic that the more time we spend online, the more we want to have that actual connection with the person that we see at the other end of the screen. And that's where video marketing comes in. And it's going to, well, they're predicting that it's actually going to keep increasing over the next 5 to 10 years. There's new platforms coming out. We've got TikTok, and that is just 15-second snippets of what they call snackable content. So you don't need to engage your brain too much. You are entertained for 15 seconds, move on to the next one. And while at the moment it might have been something that's been developed for the younger generation and the whole OK Boomer segment. If you haven't seen that, go look it up. It's actually quite funny. There are a lot of business owners that are now starting to use it. And if you are using Instagram a lot, TikTok is great for creating Instagram content and video content. So why is video improving and increasing, and why is the trend increasing? Basically because 70% of consumers say that they've actually shared a brand video at some stage, and 72% of businesses say that it's actually improved their conversion rate. Not only that, but 52% of your ideal buyer will watch a product video, and they actually go on record and say that it makes them more likely to buy that particular product. So that's a good tip if you actually do have an online store or you are selling product online. The fact that over half of your customers will watch that video, and that will actually determine whether they buy or not. The next trend that's also been around for a number of years and is also increasing is chatbots. And the reason for that is it's great when it comes to customer service. It's an AI-based technology, and it's all about instant messaging. And you'll notice that everything that we are moving towards now because of our mobile phones is that instant response, instant gratification, instant entertainment, if you like. Chatbots are not going anywhere anytime soon. You know, Facebook keeps changing their algorithms and changing the rules, and they've actually changed the rules for chatbots a little bit at the end of last year. But they're actually predicting that by the end of 2020, chatbots are actually going to power 85% of customer service. And the biggest benefit of chatbots is the fact that you do have that 24-hour service, as well as instant response to inquiries. So your clients aren't actually leaving a message and then feeling like they're hanging around waiting for you to come back to them. They're also predicting that by the end of 2020, 80% of businesses will actually either have a chatbot or it's in their plans to install as part of their customer service. Now, if you want to stand out in 2020, one of the big things that you've got to look at is personalization. If you're running an online store, you should have some kind of personalization set up so that if a customer buys a particular product, within a couple of weeks, they get another email from you, either recommending something similar, asking for feedback, effectively just building a relationship and creating a relationship with them. As you know yourself, getting a generic email that has been sent out to everybody in that particular company's database doesn't make you feel special, and it really, really doesn't make you feel important. Now, the 4th trend that again has been around for a while is influencer marketing. Now, one of the things that they're talking about is micro-influencers. Now, micro-influencers are brands or people that have a database or have a following of about 10,000. So they're not going to cost you an absolute fortune, but they have actually spent the time building up a relationship with their followers. So them actually representing and talking about a brand has almost the same effect and has the same trust building level as what you would be paying a major celebrity, if not actually more, because they do have a relationship with their following. And it's really effective because you can actually tie into really specific niche markets. So depending on who your ideal client is, you can actually target those micro-influencers. So it is a very powerful marketing tool. You just have to be very careful who it is that you partner with and do your homework. Now, the fifth big trend for 2020 is visual search. If you've been to any of my SEO workshops or listened to any of the videos that I do on SEO, I talk a lot about how you name your images. And there is a very specific way of optimizing your images so that they actually do show up the right way online. And visual search is becoming so much more important because, again, when we go online, we don't want to read a whole lot of text. If you've got an image that actively portrays what someone is searching for, whether it's an infographic, a chart, even just a general image that's named correctly, you are going to come up in visual search. Now, a couple of different trends have made this even more important through the likes of Pinterest. Now, they have a visual search tool called Lens, which actually allows people to go and take a photo of a product and then go onto Pinterest and find out where to buy it online. And in my previous video, I did talk about Pinterest and the different trials that my staff and I are running when it comes to Pinterest, just to test how it goes as far as traffic and actually sending traffic to websites and to your blog. But again, you've got to remember that Pinterest isn't actually a social media platform, it is a search engine. So when one search engine brings out a particular product or a particular way of using it, like Pinterest Lens, you can be guaranteed that Google is pretty much doing the same thing. Now, again, when it comes to SEO, for the last couple of years, I've been talking about micro moments. And what actually leads the charge when it comes to micro moments is our phone. And a micro moment is nothing more than that particular moment when a person goes to their phone, they've got a really, really strong intent to do something, and it's to act on a need, whether it's to know something, whether it's to go somewhere. I mean, how many times do you jump on Google Maps? Whether it's to do something, searching near me, or whether you actually have to buy something because maybe something's broken down at home and you're jumping on your phone or your computer to see where the nearest stockist is. So making sure that any content you put up online is able to be found when people are going through these micro moments, whether it's something that you're answering a question, if you're a restaurant, showing people how to get there, making sure that you have your Google My Business set up. If you have a business and you don't have a Google My Business page set up, please reach out to me and I'll talk you through it. It's an essential part because most people, generally at the moment, statistically, it's 92% will go to Google first when they're searching for something. So you need to make sure that your business is showing up in maps and showing up in search. The seventh trend for 2020 is voice search and smart speakers. I did speak a little bit about this in the previous video, and again, that's really not going away anytime soon. The sales of smart speakers are increasing, and they're actually predicting that sometime this year, 50% of all searches will be done via voice search. And it's become such a big thing that Google actually rolled out an algorithm change at the end of last year. And that algorithm change was actually called BERT. The sole purpose of that was so that the search engines could actually start understanding voice search. Again, they're also predicting that by 2022, so in 2 years' time, 55% of homes will actually have a smart speaker. And apparently the shipping of these products is just going out the window. So those are the 7 main trends that as a small business owner you really need to be looking at for your business. There are 5 others that I thought were well worth mentioning. Social media stories. We are using them more often. Facebook, Instagram, really trying to take on Snapchat for that particular market. Browser push notifications. Now that's when you go into a website and you get a little pop-up, drops down from the top and says, we'd like to send you notifications. You get to say yes or no. 85% of online stores by the end of last year were actually using these push notifications. So it's something to keep in mind if you do have an online store, and it's something that you are actually looking at doing, because 50% more of people will actually sign up for a web push notification than they will for a newsletter. The next one is content marketing. Now, Google is a search engine. The more content you put out, the more relevant information you give them more to work with. Again, at the video last year, at the end of last year, I was talking about shoppable posts. Now, this is something that Instagram is rolling out, and if Instagram's doing it, pretty much stands to reason that Facebook will be doing it. Pinterest, if they haven't already started rolling it out, it's something that they actually have on the cards as well. So social commerce and shoppable posts is another big thing when it comes to 2020. And again, these guys don't want people going off their platform. So if people can go on into Instagram, buy a product and still stay on Instagram, Instagram's happy. The last one is interactive content. Now, how many times have you actually jumped on a website and done a poll or a quiz or done some kind of calculator? Again, it's all about that entertainment and being interactive rather than just passively reading through something. So again, that's the other 5 trends for 2020. The digital success workshops are starting up. This year they are actually on the last Friday of each month. So of course, January, the first workshop that we'll be running is strategy and planning. So if you haven't locked down your planning for 2020 and you have no idea of how you're going to apply any of these 12 trends that I've actually spoken about today, and I'll run through them again: the video marketing, chatbots, personalization, influencer marketing, visual search, using Pinterest as well. Now, Pinterest really is a big one. Managing the micro moments, voice search, social media stories, browser push notifications, content marketing, interactive content, and shoppable posts. If you've got no idea of how to apply even 2 or 3 of those into your marketing strategy, I really recommend that you jump on the next strategy workshop, because you will have your entire marketing mapped out using the latest trends that are out there for 2020 in your marketing strategy. So like I said, all the workshops are the last Friday of each month. Of course, each month is a different topic because digital marketing is just so huge. One of the things that I'm doing this year is that as we do the workshop, that particular course or that particular workshop and training will then go online. So if you're not on the Gold Coast or Brisbane and you can't get to a live workshop, I'll actually be putting the content online so you don't miss out. So I really hope that that has been of some value to you today. And as always, if you have any questions, if there's anything that you'd like me to talk about next week, please post a comment below, and then I can talk about that in the next week's content, in the next week's video. And if you really do want to start mapping out your strategy, I do have a strategy workbook, which I'm more than happy to share with you. So just reach out and I'll send you that link. And in the meantime, I'd like to thank you for joining me for my first video for 2020, and would like to invite you to take the marketing leap and let's grow your business this year in 2020 and make a success out of it. I look forward to chatting to you throughout the year, and have a great day. Bye.